I don't know their labels, so they should. I think they should just explain to me. I mean, starting with Bruce Grace. Who are you anyway?
I'm Professor. Is this on?
No, but just keep talking
Okay.
anyway.
I'm Professor Emeritus of Psychiatry and Neurobehavioral Sciences at UVA and former Director of the Division of Perceptual Studies.
Neurobehavioral sciences.
Sciences.
What the hell's that?
I'm going to let Ed handle that. Okay?
Oh, all right. Okay, let's find it. Then we got Jim Tucker.
Yes, I'm Jim Tucker. I'm a child psychiatrist at the Division of Perceptual Studies, and I'm the current director. Children who report memories of past lives. And this was work that has been going on at UVA for over 50 years. Division of Perceptual Studies officially started in 1967, so we've now celebrated 50 years. But Ian Stevenson, who started our division, actually started studying these cases in the early 1960s. And we have continued on even after he is no longer with us. And we've now studied over 2,500 cases from around the world, basically, of young children who report a memory of a past life. And what they typically do is describe a recent, ordinary life that often ended violently or ended when the person was young. And Ian spent many hours and traveled many miles trying to find these cases, and mostly found them in Asia because in cultures with a belief in reincarnation, people talk about them more. But now, with the internet and with people knowing about our work, we hear from American families all the time. So I'll give you a couple of examples, and this first one is one that we talked about yesterday. So we got a letter one day from this mother in Oklahoma, and she said that she and her husband were just ordinary people. Her husband was a police officer, and she worked in the county clerk's office. But for the last year, their 5-year-old boy, Ryan, had talked about a past life in Hollywood. And he would cry about Hollywood, wanting his mom to take him back there. So to try to help him kind of process this stuff, she decided to go to the public library and check out some books on Hollywood. And they were looking through one day when they came to a picture from an old movie called Night After Night. And Ryan pointed to one of the men in the picture and said, "Hey, Mama, that's George. We did a picture together." And he pointed to another one of the men and said, "And Mama, that's me. I found me." Well, the first person he pointed to was George Raft, who was quite a well-known actor back in his day. But the other man he pointed to that he said he had been was an extra with no lines in the movie. So Ryan's mom wrote to me to see if I could help figure out who this guy was. So I went to Oklahoma and I talked with the parents, I talked with Ryan, and then afterwards, as we were trying to figure out who this person was, Ryan's mom was emailing me sometimes on a daily basis with all these details that Ryan was giving about his past life. He was describing quite a life that, to be honest, I thought was rather unlikely for an extra with no lines in a movie. Eventually, with the help of a Hollywood archivist, we were able to figure out who this guy was. This archivist, she went to the library of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, got all the materials on the movie Night After Night, and there was one picture that included an identification of this guy, and he was a fellow named Marty Martin, who died in 1964. It turned out that Marty Martin did have quite a life. So Ryan said how he had danced on stage in New York, and Marty Martin danced on Broadway. Ryan said he then went to Hollywood and worked in the movies, which Marty Martin did, mostly working on dancing in movies. He said that he then worked for an agency, and Marty Martin started a successful talent agency. In fact, Ryan said it was an agency where people changed their names, and then Marty Martin worked at a talent agency. Ryan said how he had seen the world from big boats and talked about visiting Paris. Marty Martin and his wife went to Europe on the Queen Mary, and we have pictures of them in Paris. Ryan said he had a big house with a swimming pool, which Marty Martin did, and Ryan said that the street address had the word rock or mount in it, and Marty Martin lived on North Roxbury. Ryan also said one time that he didn't understand why God would let you get to be 61 and then make you come back again as a baby. Which is sort of an interesting philosophical question on its own, but